all people, this is Rob here with MB3 Trader. I wanted to drop a real quick video on you guys. Let's take up a little bit of your time to talk about the greatest lesson that I learned as a full-time day trader, and getting right into the point. The greatest lesson that I did learn as a full-time day trader is having a second source of income. Alright, so I just wanted to go ahead and put the purpose of this video right out there up front. I didn't want to, beat around the bush and waste a lot of time, rambling on and talking about and, this and that. I just want to get straight to the point. There's a lot of, this is a real quick rant. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that kind of, they talk too much and they just ramble on before they get to the actual point of what they made the video for. But, I don't want to do that. So anyway, there's the point. So, I mean, if that's what you want to hear, and keep watching. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about why, that is such a big thing, and also some ideas for other sources of income to supplement your, your investment or trading income. Actually, I was supposed to make this video I was supposed to post this video. I actually made this video. This is the second iteration of me recording this, but I had some audio issues and then some, it's been a struggle to get this one out. I don't know why, but anyway, so getting into the topic of the video, I got some notes over here. That's why I'm kind of looking to the left, is to keep myself on track. So getting into the purpose of this video, why it's so important to have a second source of income, right? So just to give a little, to explain this, I'm gonna give it from my perspective, my history as a trader, and when I switched over to full-time day trading. So, to give a little context, I started day trading in the summer of 2017, and I started out with stocks, and I eventually switched over to futures. But at the time, I had a job, and so when I started out trading, when I had a job, my trading, it was up and down. My P&L was up and down. I had some good winners. I had some pretty big winners. I had some. I had a series of losses that weren't too big. That were not too big. I managed my risk, so I didn't ever really take a huge loss. One time I did kind of lose like $800 or whatever in the trade, which was pretty significant for my account. That's because I was just doing some I was doing something that I shouldn't have been doing. So, but anyway, that's beyond the point. But anyway, when I started day trading, I wasn't affected by the psychological aspect, of trading as much, because I had a job with a decent, I was making decent money, working in Kuwait, doing what I was doing over there as a contractor over there. So I wasn't, really affected psychologically, because I didn't need the money that I was trading with. I didn't need the profit to live off of, right? Everything. I was just trading with extra money that I had, and I was trying to learn this thing. So once I saw the potential, and I went ahead and decided to go ahead and at the end of my contract in Kuwait, I decided to move to the Philippines with my wife, and pursue my dreams of being a full-time day trader, right? So I moved to the Philippines, and I started day trading. In 2018, we had especially towards the beginning of that year, it was a really, I should say, hot market. So it started out pretty well. I was, I was doing pretty well with my strategy at the time, and then the trading futures, things kind of slowed down, and my strategy wasn't working so well. So I started to see some losses, and things were not working out the way that I wanted it to. So I did have a little nest egg, which is what got me through the year. But at the same time, it wasn't a huge amount of money. You know what I'm saying? I was comfortable, right, for my living expenses. But once you start seeing that, that balance start to, your savings, it starts to drop down, and it starts to decrease, month after month, and then unexpected things come up that you have to pay for. So that savings and that nest egg starts to, you start to eat away at that more and more. And my trading has started to kind of take a weird turn, where where my strategy wasn't working out as well as I needed it to, or I needed it to add to my my funds for, you know, my cost of living, and, you know, just, I mean, I'm in the Philippines, in a different country, so I do want to go and travel with the family and, you know, see different things. So eventually it got to a point where I was trying to live off of my profits from trading, and with, you know, my strategy working sometimes and not working. And really, it was all in my mind, right? Because eventually I got to a point where I started to become, you know, timid with taking trades, and I started the fear of, you know, my trading not working out, you know, as, you know, started to set it in and started to get the best of me. And this psychologically, you know, my strategy, even though I was writing down my strategy and I was tracking what my strategy should have done, and I should have been profitable, but psychologically, you know, I wasn't trading the way that I should have been with that strategy that actually was a winning strategy. But psychologically, you know, I wasn't doing what I should have been doing to win with that strategy. Okay, if that makes sense. Having another source of income, I would have went through that psychological battle. I would have been able to, you know, continue to focus on my strategy, which when I moved to the Philippines, it wasn't perfect. I did need to make some adjustments along the way, but, you know, trying to focus on that and the psychological part of it, you know, it just ended up in that year not going the way that I wanted it to, or the way that it should have went. So, you know, that's why it's so important, because, you know, it can, you know, when you have another source of income, you don't have to worry so much, or the fear. It's not so easy for the fears of you know, losing money in the markets to set in and cause you problems with your trading. All right. So a few tips or a few ideas of other sources of income that you can apply to supplement if you have desires to be a full-time trader. Some of these are some things that I have done or that I'm still doing today. These are some ideas that you can apply so that you don't have to go through the same struggles that I did, so you can pretty much learn from my mistakes. All right. So one thing, of course, is to get a job, right? When I started trading, I had a job, you know what I'm saying? And the psychological part of trading didn't really, wasn't a negative thing for me at that time when I had a job, right? And when I'm coming back to the States, I have a job now. You know, I work in an industry where, you know, it really isn't hard for me to get a job. I just gotta find, you know, it's when it didn't take me long to get a job. So yeah, anyway, and you know, the job that I have now, the shift that I work, I'm able to still day trade in the morning, and it just, you know, my schedule works out perfect for me to continue day trading, right? So that's number one, having a job, right? Number two is affiliate marketing. You know, this is something that I started doing towards the end of my time in the Philippines. I wish I would have started sooner. You know, it would have changed a lot for me if I would have started sooner. I would have been able to do more with it had I started sooner and I had more time. It just, the time that I started wasn't the perfect time for me. So, and anyway, I made a little bit of money with it, but I ended up moving back to the States and getting a job. So I don't really do affiliate marketing anymore. There are definitely some good opportunities, some good affiliate marketing opportunities there to get involved in. If you want to know more, I can definitely make a video about, you know, how to be an affiliate marketer, and, you know, how to do pretty well with that business. Also, I do have some videos on my channel already that talks a little bit about that. All right, so moving on, another way in kind of in the line of affiliate marketing. The third thing here is direct marketing or direct mail marketing, however it's called. This is where you, if you haven't heard about it, this is where you sign up for a program where you're sending out letters to people to get them to sign up, and there's different things that they, you know, sell. Like, one of the direct mailing opportunities is they sell leads, you know, for affiliate marketers or people that are, you know, that need leads for whatever reason. Yeah, even a business needs leads to sell their product, right? So they sell leads, and they'll send you a packet or whatever, and all the instructions of what to do, and all you have to do is mail the stuff out and send it to, you know, the list that you can that either they provide you or you can get from them, or lists that you get from other sources, and whoever signs up, you get a commission for that. I haven't tried it out personally, but it seems like a pretty decent way to make a pretty decent side hustle, right? All right, so moving on, another thing you can do is you can freelance. All right, so there you can be a writer, or you can be a virtual assistant. I mean, you can, if you got graphic artists, talents or whatever. There's a lot of different things you can do. If you're interested in freelancing and you haven't really tried it out yet, there's a ton of videos on YouTube that you can check out. One of the popular sources for freelancing is Upwork.com or Fiverr, and there's a lot of there's many more different sources that you can go to if you're interested in getting started in freelancing. One tip that I would give is, if you're interested in doing that, with the way that you want to start is you want to either start find someone that you can do work for free or for a very low fee, so that you can get reviews, and then you can use those reviews to leverage yourself to get higher paying jobs or contracts or whatever, right? All right, so that's freelancing. Another thing you can do is what you're watching. You can start a YouTube channel, and that's pretty much self-explanatory. You just turn on the camera, talk about what you want to talk about. A lot of people say you need to niche down from the beginning, or niche down, however you want to say that word. But it's honestly, from my experience as a YouTuber, don't spend too much time trying to pick a specific topic in the beginning. So when you're starting out, you need to get used to talking into a camera. You need to get used to, just be creative. YouTube is all about creativity. So you need to let your creative, your creative side guide you. You can, if you do have an idea already about, a specific niche. How do you say that word? Anyway, now it's actually two ways. You can say niche or niche, and my mind kind of like gets confused, or it doesn't get confused, but it goes back and forth between which way it wants to say that word. But if you already have an idea in mind, a specific niche in mind that you want to start with, there's nothing wrong with doing that. However, the thing you need to remember is just to be consistent and just keep doing it. In the beginning, you're not going to get a lot of, you may not see the numbers that you want to see, but that goes to, you got to understand why you're doing it. You need to know your why. Why are you starting a YouTube channel? If you're starting a YouTube channel just for the sole purposes of making money and getting numbers, then you're gonna have a hard time. But if you're doing it to help other people, or as a way to creatively express yourself, those are the people who usually continue with it, and they keep going through that slow beginning phase, and starts to see some kind of return on all of their hard work and effort that they put into YouTube. All right, so that's the other one. I lost count to where I was at. I really didn't plan on numbering these things, so it really doesn't matter. So that was YouTubing. Another thing, and kind of in line with that, I'm gonna start flying through these because this video is getting kind of long, so I don't want to make this video too long. So another thing you can do is you can be a blogger. You can, instead of making a video about it, you can write about whatever it is that you want to talk about, and you can put it on a website. I got information on that if you want to know more about that. If you want to know more about any of these things that I'm talking about in this video, any of these side hustles or other sources of income, just go ahead and leave a comment below, and I will respond to that, and I'll make a video for it. So moving on, another thing you can do is you can be a consultant or a coach, whatever it is that you know a lot about, or that you can help other people with. You can start up a business, form a business around your knowledge or whatever. You can learn something that you want to coach other people on, and you can form a business model around that, and start charging people to help them with things that they actually need help with. All right, so that was pretty self-explanatory. There's also some of the, I would say, easier ways to make money. After you sign up for these programs and you get all the approvals or whatever, you can immediately go out and start making money instantly. So one thing, of course, is Uber and Lyft, and all of those other ride-sharing programs out there. And then there's Postmates and DoorDash and Uber Eats, and Postmates is actually something that I've kind of tried out in my area, and the effectiveness of all of those things are going to depend on where you live. if you live in, you know, a major city like, you know, New York or somewhere in, you know, in LA or DC or, you know, Miami or wherever, you know, some of these major cities, these bigger cities, you can get more jobs or whatever. It'll be more effective for you, these kind of services. But, you know, where I live is, you know, it can be hit or miss sometimes. All right, so I'm not gonna go too deep into that. And that's pretty much the list. I mean, you can, and there's a lot of different other things that you can do. You can, if you have another business, let's say like there was, I was listening to a podcast where there was a guy who he bought an old used truck and he started, you know, going around and picking up the boxes from businesses to, you know, because a lot of brick and mortar businesses will, you know, when they get their shipments in or whatever and they empty the box and they have an empty box and they have them stacked out on a pallet. They have them stacked outside on a pallet. He started a business where he would go and pick those up and deliver them to someone else who needed those pallets or those boxes, right? And he's able to grow that into like a six-figure a year business. Your creativity and your perspective are pretty much going to dictate what ideas you can come up with to create a business, right? This video has been way too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and you know, wrap it up right here. I just wanted to share that, you know, share some ideas. If you want to hear more about something that I talked about, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. And you already know about the like and subscribe and the notification bell. I know you heard that so many times from all the other YouTubers. So if you want to do that, go ahead and do that. Feel free. I'm here for you, you know. So that one wraps this one up, and I'll see you guys later. Deuces.